Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the makeup basket that I'm going to be using for May. So if you've not seen one of these from me before, I do have a playlist for them. I'm doing a monthly makeup basket to help me rotate through my collection, make sure everything's getting some good use out of it, and it just kind of gives me permission to fully use the products in the basket, because I know that next month something else will have its chance, and it's a little bit less pressure of me of, oh my gosh, I have to use every palette once a week or something crazy like that. So that is why I like to do it. I'm going to be leaving timestamps down below of the different categories. So we're going to go face, eyes, lips, perfume, and that'll be the video. So I will leave the timestamps down below if there's certain areas you're more interested in than others. Since we've been doing these for a few months now, I'm going to go kind of fast through the items that don't change. Like I only have 2 foundations, I only have 2 concealers. The things that don't really swap in and out, I'm just gonna kind of breeze over, and then the things that do require a little bit more explanation or why I'm changing in and out, we can spend that time on them. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm gonna pull out all the face products. We'll talk through them and get going. Starting with the complexion type face products, I have 2 primers that were in last month I'm gonna keep in. So I have both the Too Faced Primed in Peachy Cooling Matte Primer and the I Heart Revolution Strawberry Whip Primer. Both of these I've really enjoyed, so I'm gonna keep working on them and enjoying them. I also have 2 foundations that have been in for a while, and they're the only 2 I actually have. So I have the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. It's upside down because I'm trying to have everything drained to the bottom. I'm almost done with this one. And then the other foundation type product I have is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for Oily Skin. Really, really love this product. So these are the 2 that I've been using, I'm gonna keep using. And then my concealers aren't that exciting either. I have 2, and I'm gonna keep using them. So I have the Essence High Beauty. This is a little bit more of a salmony peachy tone. And then I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camel Concealer. I have the shade Farrah Beige. So both of these still work for me. I do think later in the summer I'll probably have to get a darker shade of this e.l.f. one, but for right now it still works, even though I'm getting a little bit of color with the few nice days that we've had so far. So these will stay in. For powders, I have 2 here. I have a loose powder and a pressed powder. So I typically use the loose powder every single day when I actually do my makeup, and the pressed powder lives in my purse if I want to touch up or something like that. So I'm going to keep them both in. The loose one is the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder, and the pressed one is the CoverGirl Clean Matte pressed powder, and this is the classic ivory shade. So it does have a little bit of a tint to it, but these are going to stay in as well. So with all of the kind of things that are staying the same, let's talk about actual cheek color products. So I have a few different things going on here. You should know I do a project pan on my channel. I do different videos for that. So some of the items I talk about I have in because they're in my project pan. So one of them is this face palette from Physicians Formula. This is the Maru Butter Glow Face Palette, and I'm using the bronze in here, the Butter Bronzer, as my bronzer because it is in my project pan. So I'm going to keep using this. And I did have a tragedy. My highlighter that came in this palette fell out twice. The first time I repressed it, the second time it was kind of a lost cause. So no more highlighter in here, just the blush and bronzer. But this is the only bronzer I'm going to be using. I like that it has kind of a sheen to it. So there's that, and then I also will be using this blush. It's just kind of a nice rosy shade, so that's going to be in. I did have the Milani blush in here. This is the Rose Powder Blush in Romantic Rose. This is a very nude blush. I previously also had in an Hourglass blush that I actually finished up, so check out my empties. But this is the nude blush that I added in to have a nude blush option. I am going to roll this out. I think that nude blushes are really pretty, but I've been wearing a lot of them lately because I finished up that Hourglass one. So I'd like to roll this out for a little bit and maybe come back to it in a month or 2. But right now this one's gonna, take a back burner. And so to add in, because I have the one blush here, I do have another blush that's in my project pan. It's the Colourpop Fresh and Peachy blush. So this will give me a peach option, whereas the palette has more of like a pinky rose, and I think that should work out pretty nicely. So I have a use goal on this. I want to use it 30 times, so I'm tracking that in my project pan, and that's why I want to make sure it's in my makeup basket this month so I can use it. And then I also just got a cream blush from Colourpop. It's the blush sticks in the shade Cool It. So it's in this like obviously stick format. So I would like to have this. My friend sent a Ulta package to me as a surprise, and this was in it. So I'm super excited, and I've only gotten to play with it a couple of days, so I would like to have it in the basket to still play with. And I think it's a great time to use cream blushes in the spring and summer. So looking forward to playing with that. So I'm going to have 3 blushes in, 2 powder, and 1 cream for the month. For highlights, I did have the Milk Makeup highlight stick. This is actually, I'm sorry, the holographic stick. This was in my project pan, but it no longer is. So I'm not going to keep using this because I have been using it pretty much since the beginning of the year, so I'm ready for a little bit of a break from it. I do really like the product, but just time for a break. And I did get 2 highlights this month, so they're both new to me and I want to play with them. The first one is from Colourpop. It's a Super Shock highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. So it's this really pretty like white gold type shade. So yeah, I'm excited to play with this some more and get to know it better. I have enjoyed it. Let me know though your favorite way to use a Colourpop highlighter. I've been experimenting, using it with my fingers, using it with a brush. Let me know how you like to use one of these. The other one I have is new, and it's also in the care package my friend sent me, and it's from I Heart Revolution. Did you know that I Heart Revolution is doing a collection for the Aristocats? Oh, I just, look at those little paw prints. They're so cute. So this is the highlighter shade Duchess, which is very golden, and it has the cutest little paw print imprint there. I mean, come on. So this is a powder highlight, but it is still kind of golden in nature. So I would like to kind of play with this a little bit this month. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided if it's too dark for me still or if it is kind of working. I guess I don't have it on tonight. I probably should have put it on for you guys to tell me. But yeah, I want to play with this some more to see if this is something I can wear when I'm more fair or if this is something that I should hold off until the summer when I definitely have more of a tan going on. So I want to play with that this month. And then lastly, I do have my Hourglass quad here from Holiday 2020. And in here, I always use this setting powder underneath my eyes. I really, really love it. But there is a highlighter in here as well, and it is like a champagne gold. So if I decide that this Revolution one is a little bit too dark for me, I'm going to dig into this one a little bit more. So that's going to be the game plan for the highlighting situation. And the last item I need to reference for the face is actually my setting spray, which has not changed. It's the NYX Bear With Me. It's actually mixed with some of the Milani spray because I just had a little bit left, so I just dumped it in here. But this is the only setting spray I have, so that's what I'm going to keep using. So with all that being said, let's move into the eye section next, the eye category, to talk through the different palettes and eye things that I want to be using. Okay, to quickly get the boring, kind of repetitive eye items out, the first one is my eyeshadow primer. I only have one. It's the Milani eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to use that. My brow products are the same, so I have the Milani brow pomade in soft brown, and then I also have the Essence Make Me Brow brow gel, so it's like a tinted one with fibers in it. These are the only 2 brow products I use, so that's pretty easy for me to just have in my basket. For mascara, I only have one right now. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored Mascara. So I've been using it about a month. I do prefer the regular uncensored wand better than this one, but it's okay. I mean, it's still good. It doesn't flake or smear, so that's kind of my biggest like problem with mascaras. So I'm happy that this one works for me. So I'm going to keep using that. Let's talk about eyeshadow next. So I am doing eyeshadow roulette, which I can link up. I just filmed that and posted it on my channel for May. But basically I roll in 4 shades from my eyeshadow collection to work on. So I have 2 palettes that those came out of this month that were in last month, but I'm going to keep in because obviously I pulled shades from them. So that is the Anastasia Sultry palette. This is like the main palette I work on this year. It's not officially like pan that palette status, but it's, you know, getting some love. So this one is going to stay in. And then I also pulled a couple of shades from my Bare Necessities palette. I am toying with the idea of what I did last month of just popping out some shades from here to kind of like change it up and maybe make it a little less, I don't know, choosy every day. Like sometimes I get paralyzed looking in here because there's so many beautiful shades. So I might pop these out. That is the nice thing about Colourpop palettes is all of these are held in by magnets. So you can actually pop them out pretty easily. I just use a pin and that works really well. So I do have a couple shades I'm supposed to be focusing on in here, but I might just pop some out and make a little Z palette creation. Last month I had 3 other palettes. All 3 I'm going to be rolling out. So I have this e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Quad. So this is the cream and sugar variety, and I am going to roll this out. And I also had a new palette. This is from the brand ZC, and this is the British Museum and ZC collaboration for the Alice in Wonderland. So this is the Pink Flamingo palette, which the glitter packaging is just to die for. This has some really pretty kind of like topper shades and some, I mean, the mattes in here are actually really nice. But the sparkly shades are very much like topper shades for me. So it was fun to pull in here, but I am going to roll this out to kind of play with some other stuff. And then lastly, I'm rolling out my Colourpop Wild Nothing palette. I do quite like this one, but I'd like to put it away for a little bit. I think I'll really enjoy it in the summertime with these kind of like orange and corals in here. So I am going to just kind of put this one away for a little bit here. So far I have the Sultry and the Bare Necessities, and I've got 2 other palettes that I'm going to roll in. So one is new to me. This came in a care package. This is the Colourpop That's Taupe palette, which is a beautiful snakeskin like packaging. And it's definitely cooler tones, but I'm really into that right now. I think it's kind of fun to switch up because I've been doing a lot of really warm looks. So I've been happy to have kind of a cooler tone palette, and I think this pairs nicely with the Sultry palette. So I might pop some of the shades out of here into a Z palette with some of the Bare Necessities one to kind of play around with it. I haven't, like I said, made up my mind yet. And I'd also like to pull in my Anastasia Soft Glam 2. I am going on a weekend trip to New Orleans. So I think I'm just going to bring this with me because I know it's an easy palette to use. I really enjoy this for traveling. There are 8 shades in here, but it's like very perfect for me and like a neutral lover. You've got 3 shimmers and 5 mattes of varying like depths. So I really enjoy this, and I definitely want to bring this down on my trip with me because I just really need to bring this. I don't have to bring anything else if I don't want to. And then I also recently got a cream shadow. This is from e.l.f. It's the No Budge Shadow Stick in Magnetic Pull, which is this really pretty kind of like taupey purpley shade. And I have worn it a couple of times like as a one and done type eyeshadow look, and I did really like that. I would like to try to play with this a little bit more, maybe with the taupe palette or something, but I am going to roll this in to just kind of get to know it a little bit more, play with it, and see what kind of looks I can come up with. So I've got 4 eyeshadow palettes rolling in and 3 rolling out. All right, the last makeup section is for lips, and then we're gonna go through perfume. So for lips, I had quite a few in this past month, and I am going to be swapping some things out. But the items that are going to stay in, I do have a lip liner that I'm working on in my project pan. This is from Jordana, so I do need to keep this in so I can finish it up. So that's an easy one to keep. I'm also working on my Bare Minerals liquid lipstick in the shade Boss. This is also my project pan, so I need to keep this one in. And then everything else in here, I did have a lip gloss in from NYX, the Butter Gloss in what's this one? Creme Brulee. I really liked this, but I'm ready to move it out because I just got 2 new lip glosses that I want to try to play with instead. So this is going to roll out, and those 2 new glosses are from the Revolution Aristocats Collection 2. So I have 2 of the glosses. There's 3 in total. I've got Mori, which is like this white kind of looking one. It's really clear with a pink like iridescence or flashback. It's really pretty. That's it swatched on my hands. I can put it on, I guess. I had it on earlier, but so it's a little bit frosty, but it offers just a really pretty shine to the lips that I'm really enjoying. The other gloss is Berlioz, which is looks kind of more pink in the packaging than it is. It's basically just a clear gloss. There's no shimmer, there's no glitter. It's just a nice clear gloss with a tinge of pink in it, but I don't really think that it translates all that much. So the clear one is right here. So you can definitely see that the first one, Marie, that white one, is a little bit more shimmery and opaque, where the clear one is just a nice like reflection. So I'm gonna bring these 2 in and roll that next one out. And then, oh, I forgot about this. This was in last time. This is a lipstick from CoverGirl. It's in the shade Honeyed Bloom. It's a cream formula. It's just like a nice light pink. I actually have found that I really like using this as a mixing lipstick. So if anything needs to be a little bit pinker or a little bit lighter, this is a good one for me to use. So I am going to keep it in. I don't know that I'm gonna wear it on its own, but if I wanted to mix it, like for example, I really like mixing it with the Bare Minerals liquid lip. I can put the lipstick on top and it just kind of changes it, and it makes it more creamy too. So I am going to keep this in for another month and see how many times I use it. And the last lip product is in my project pan, so I need to have it in my basket to work on, and that is from Ulta Beauty. It's the Velvet Matte Lip Crayon in the shade Terrestrial, which is kind of like a peachy nude. It's really pretty. So that's it there. I can actually, let me swatch that Bare Minerals liquid lip next to it so that you can see the difference, because the liquid lip is definitely more rosy and cool toned, where that Ulta Terrestrial is rosier, or I'm sorry, peachier. So that's the liquid lip and that is Terrestrial. But I really like those, and I think either gloss paired on top would be pretty with this cream, pink cream lipstick on top would be, you know, good to like mix in. I can show you what that kind of looks like. So just added a little bit on top, and it just changes the look of it. It obviously does a better job on your lips than on my hand, but yeah, that's gonna be the lip section. So I've got 1 lip liner, 2 lip glosses, a liquid lipstick, and then 2 traditional lipsticks to play with, which is quite a few, I'll admit, but I don't know. I'm feeling it, so that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, the last section of the makeup basket video for today is perfumes. I do like to switch out the fragrances to make sure I'm kind of rotating, and it helps keep them a little bit more seasonally appropriate for me. So the first one I want to talk about is a Rollerball. I'm trying to finish this one up. It's in my project Use It Up, and I don't have that much left, as you can see. So I am going to keep this one in to finish it up, but I think it should be done by the end of the month. It's the Hanae Mori Butterfly. I do believe this has been discontinued, but it's quite a nice kind of light, florally sweet scent, so it's great for the springtime, and I just, you know, it's time for me to use it up. So I'm going to keep this in, but I don't think it'll last me all month. I hope not anyway. And this past month I had the Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium. This is one of my favorite scents. I'm already like halfway done with it, and I purchased this at the end of last year, so I totally love this one. But I am going to roll it out, give it a little bit of a break. So this one's going to be heading out, and then I'm bringing 2 in. So because that Rollerball should be done soon, I wanted another floral scent to bring in, and the other floral scent I have is from Tom Ford. It's the Cafe Rose, and this is a really beautiful rose floral scent. It's not too powdery, which is very common to find a floral powder scent, but I don't find that this one has too much powder in it, so I'm going to roll this one in to help kind of complement when this one is out. And the other one I actually inherited or stole. who's to say, from my boyfriend. It's the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So he wanted this a couple years ago because it's that kind of like suntan, coconutty summer scent. And it's really nice. We both really enjoy this one. It is a unisex scent, so it can go either way. And I got him a different scent from Creed. Virgin Island Water, I think it's called. That's like this, but like a step up. It's so crisp, and he likes that one a lot more. So I said, well, can I have this one then? Because I've really been wanting a warm coconut summery scent to have in my mix. So I did inherit this one, and I am going to roll it in. I don't plan to use this most days, but here in northern Minnesota, we just had like an 80-degree weekend, and this is something that I like to wear when the weather is warm. So I'm not planning to use it every day in May because I don't know if we're going to have weather like that, but I would like to have it available if we do have a really nice like summery day. I can wear it and kind of like feel in that summer mood. So these three are going to be the fragrances I am using in May, and I'm super excited about it. So that is going to wrap up my makeup basket for May. I know my makeup baskets have quite a bit in them. It's not like here's one palette for me to work on, but I like jumping around, and with the project pan and the eyeshadow roulette, you know, it's just what happens. But let me know what your thoughts are on this series, if you're enjoying it, if there's something else you'd like to see added here. Yeah, just be curious what their feedback is. Do you guys do something like this? Do you rotate through your makeup or fragrances or anything like that? Is that something that you guys do? Let me know. So that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to hang out. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, but without further ado, I'm going to sign off. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.